Hi, welcome back to the C&T Auctioneers YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you about TV and film related toys. Now all these toys are coming up in our auction on the 15th of January 2020, which is held at the Spa Hotel in Royal Tunbridge Wells, Kent, England. Now you can bid live online now for our new and improved website. If you click the link at the bottom in the description page of this video, you'll be able to see all the lots that are coming up in the auction, and you can register and bid live on the day of the sale. Some of the most famous TV and film related toys were made by the die-cast toy firm Corgi. Now some of these are really iconic toys of the 60s and 70s period. The first one I'm going to show you today is the Corgi Toys 267, which is the rocket firing Batmobile. Now this example is a lovely one, still has all the original instruction pamphlets and the really rare original transfer badge. Again, very nice condition with the original outer carding, etc. in the original box. A very, very nice example. And we move on to other examples of the TV film related toys. Here you have one of the most famous and iconic Corgi toys is the 261 James Bond, the gold DB5 Aston Martin from the film Goldfinger with the ejector seat. You then have another James Bond one here, which is the 336, which is the Toyota 200 GT from the film You Only Live Twice. And then we move on to other ones here, which you have the Green Hornet, Black Beauty, and we have the two Saint cars here. These ones are very unusual because they have the blue bonnet sticker, which is very rare, and then the red-orange bonnet sticker, which is also quite rare. Again, why these were made towards the later part of the run for these Corgi toys, but to find the blue one is very scarce indeed. Okay, now one other Corgi toy I'm going to talk to you about is the Man from U.N.C.L.E., the Thrush Buster. What's unusual with this one is that it has the rare spun wheels. Now that's a much rarer variation than the standard model. Again, it's a very nice example. It still has the original ring, plus the original cone that goes on the top of the thing to protect it when it was in the packaging, and it has the original outer card packaging as well. Still housed in the original box, and it's a very, very nice example of quite an iconic TV film related toy produced by Corgi. Now, as well as Corgi, Dinky was the big die-cast toy maker of the time, and in fact they came out before Corgi. But they were a bit slow in getting into the TV film market, as opposed to where Corgi really took the bull by the horns and really went with it because they saw what the emerging market was with TV film toys. But what they did manage to get was the Gerry Anderson's Thunderbirds range. Now, again, a very iconic model is Lady Penelope's Fab 1, which you can see here. Again, it's a quite nice example, still in the original box. And again, it's a good piece of Gerry Anderson toy-related film memorabilia. Gerry Anderson, obviously famous with the Thunderbirds, but they also produced, well known is Captain Scarlet, which was their other major big product. Now this toy is slightly later, we believe, but this was made by a firm called Pedigree. Now this is an absolutely mint condition example of the doll, very similar in style to the Action Man dolls of the time, but this one obviously produced for Captain Scarlet. And again, this is the finest example we've certainly ever had offered on the auction market. Absolutely beautiful condition box. The doll is absolutely perfect condition, all original clothing and all original. So it's a lovely, lovely example. Another item of Captain Scarlet and Gerry Anderson we have is this rare figure, also made by Pedigree, and it's a bendable figure. Now they only made two of these, hopefully you can see it through the bag, and they made this one, and they also made the figure Angel, but the Captain Scarlet seems to be a much rarer example, but again, very, very nice in the original box. It's just a very, very nice example of one of these figures. Okay, now when we talk about iconic TV film related toys, you couldn't do a video about this without mentioning the famous Star Wars brand. Now, Star Wars and George Lucas, he really took on the merchandising market to a whole new level when it comes to TV film. Now, Kenner and Palitoy produced the toys, the action figures made for all the characters for the Star Wars films. Now, when these came out, due to the high success of the movie, all these toys were so coveted by children of the late 70s and early 80s period. As a result, to find original carded examples are really hard to find. Now, we've got a good selection coming up in this next auction, and these are a couple I'm just going to focus on for you. This one we have is the Star Wars, again made by Palitoy here, which was the English distributor for the toys, and it's a Walrus Man figure, and it's on a 20-back card. You can see all the different figures they produced at the time. These were the original ones, and then they produced these next new 8 figures. Again, very nice condition card. Little crack to the bubble, but it is still original, so it's a good example. We then move on to one of the most famous characters in the Star Wars series, which is obviously the bounty hunter Boba Fett. This example is on an Empire Strikes Back card, and it's on a 41-back Empire Strikes Back card. Unfortunately, the card does have a little bit of damage, but it is still very rare to find the Boba Fett figure carded. We then move on to, we have the Return of the Jedi, again another Boba Fett figure, and you may notice they changed the card. So that was a picture scene card that was from the Return of the Jedi film. When they produced this design, Boba Fett actually hadn't come out in the film yet, and so they had an artistic design for the picture, because originally they produced the Boba Fett figure on this type card. So to find it, they had to do an illustration because he hadn't actually appeared in the films at that point. Going further on, we have the later editions, what's known as the tri-logos. Obviously pretty self-explanatory, the fact that they have the 3 logos in the different languages. These were made by General Mills, and again here you have Han Solo, but this is the original Han Solo one, which they call the large head type. Again, very nice on the original card with the original bubble. Still has the original price label, which was 79p, so I think that's been quite a good investment when you look at the estimate we have on that one, which should be showing on the video. 167 is the Yoda figure here, the Jedi Master, again on the tri-logo card. And what's unusual with this one is he's actually been placed in the card holding his stick. Often the weapons were put in either loose or they were taped to the bubble, but this time they've actually put all the accessories on him, and he's actually holding his walking stick, which is a bit more of an unusual variation. Again, the card shows a little bit of wear, but it still is the original card, original bubble. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this video on the TV film related toys. If you have, please press the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel to find out more information about what's coming up at C&T Auctioneers and Valuers. Again, like I said earlier in the video, if you press the link at the bottom on the description of this video, you will be able to go straight to the catalogue where you can see these toys and all the others we have coming up. Thank you for watching.